and thank you for joining me here at Why the Book Wins. My name is Laura, and today's video I'm talking all about book covers and book aesthetics, regardless of what is actually inside the book. And so I saw this on Book Meridian, which you should check his channel out. He is fairly new to YouTube, but he's a book collector, and so I love watching his videos for that reason. And then he is also into, Stephen King and sci-fi and that kind of stuff, and so our interests are similar in that respect. And yeah, go check out his video. And he is the one who, and so I saw his video recently where he gave like 10 covers he loves and 10 covers he hates. And I just thought it was such a cool idea. So I do not have 10 of each. My numbers are kind of random. It's like 7 and 8 or something. But that is what we were talking about today. Some covers I love and some covers I do not love. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to start with one of the covers I do not like, and that is the cover for Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. And now I will say each of these books, I bought them after I read them, so I love them. So this book is incredible, so good, highly recommend. Everybody should be reading this. Great audiobook, great book to physically read. But the cover, I don't love how, which I'm sorry about the glare, but I don't love how she is like cropped out. And these are the cells, which the story is about her cells. And so that's like a picture of the cells, but it just looks weird. And I don't like how the wording looks either. I really dislike this cover. I just think it could have been so much better. It's just kind of ugly. And I don't mind the color scheme, like the oranges and the pink and yellow, but just with her cropped out, I don't like, and I feel like, I don't know, it just could have been done so much better. I do not like it. The jacket design was Daniel Rembert, and this one is very disappointing. If I saw this book on a shelf, I would not be intrigued by it. This book was recommended to me by my sister, and thank goodness because it is so good. But don't judge a book by the cover, because this one is not a pretty one, but the book is amazing. So I'm gonna go back and forth. So next up is a cover I do love, and that one is the cover for Night Bitch, which again, sorry about the glare, but this one I love so much. It is so striking and simple, but just like it gets your attention. And the cover is a big reason why I chose to read this book. I mean, I saw someone talk about it on a YouTube channel and she talked about how weird it was. So the fact that it was weird and it had this incredible cover, that is why I read it. And I love this book so much. Highly recommend. The jacket design is by Emily Mann. It's like Mahon, but yeah, she did an awesome job. So knocked this one out of the park. I love it so much. Now, this next one is another nonfiction book, which I love so much. I read it in 2017 and oh my gosh, it was so powerful, so incredible. I will be doing a book first movie at some point, but I don't know. I think because I love the book so much, I'm taking my time returning to it. But anyway, that is Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand. This is a fantastic book, but the cover is just so boring. It's not terrible, but it definitely doesn't pull me in. It just is boring, I guess is the best way to say it. Joe Montgomery designed this jacket. It does wrap around, so that's cool, but yeah, just very bland and does not convey the incredible story within this book. On to a book jacket I do love, and that is the UK edition of The Beach. I love this cover so much. At first you think it's just like a beautiful image of a beach, but then when you look it up close, like the exposure is kind of weird. And then you have the picture of Daffy down there, which is perfect if you've read the story. Yeah, it's very fitting to the book because in the book he goes to this beach and it seems perfect. But then the closer you look, the more you realize that it's not quite perfect. And I love this one. This is the UK edition. The American edition looks different, but this one I love so much. Paul Comic did this one and he did an amazing job. This is another one. This next one is another one that, again, it's a nonfiction book. So I'm noticing a trend. Nonfiction maybe just doesn't have the best book covers. And again, this one is one of my favorite books. I read it last year. It is incredible. I highly recommend it so much. It is fantastic. I cannot say enough good things about it. It is a memoir and it is one of my very favorite memoirs, and that is Another Bullshit Night in Suck City. Fantastic book. I don't mind the spine. I think that looks cool. But the cover I don't understand. Like it's like a tree with a door and there's like a creature in the tree. Like I don't understand it. I don't see how that relates to the story at all because it's a memoir about this guy in his childhood and his adulthood, and he works at a homeless shelter, and then he meets his dad because his dad has become homeless, and stuff with his mom because his mom dies. And yeah, so the cover, I don't see how it fits the story. The jacket design is by Kapo Ning, and the jacket art is by Han Sam Chin. And I don't have like a problem with like the art of it. It just doesn't apply to the book at all, and I'm confused why this is on the cover of this book, and so I just don't like it. Up next is Joy Luck Club, and this one is an amazing cover, just beautiful colors, beautiful design, so intricate. It wraps around. I just love it so much, and I could just stare at it for so long. And yeah, it's beautiful. Just look at it. And this design was by Gretchen Shields. So Gretchen did an amazing job. So beautiful. And then next up is this Larry Brown book called Joe. Again, I love this book. It's a 4-star read, but not only I don't like the name Joe, not a great title, and then the cover is just so bland. And sometimes I like simplicity, but this one is a bit too simple and bland for my taste, and it does nothing for me. So do not like this one. The jacket design was by Molly Renda, and yeah, I don't like it. Very boring and bland. And a cover like this and a title like this would not draw me in at all. The reason I read this book was because I saw the movie, and the movie was amazing, and so then it brought me to the book. But aside from that, like, I would not have thought to have read this book. And then we have this iconic cover for Jurassic Park, and it is a wraparound, and it's just amazing. Love this cover so much. Chip Kidd is the designer, which Book Meridian, when he did this video, a lot of the covers he loved were by Chip Kidd. So Chip Kidd is just a great book designer, because this one is so cool, and the ones Book Meridian showed were really cool as well. So Chip Kidd knows what he's doing. And this, of course, it is an amazing book, highly recommend. Then another one I do not like is the cover for Shutter Island, which honestly, a lot of Dennis Lehane's covers I don't like. And yeah, this one isn't any better than any of his others. They're all just kind of bland. I don't know, I don't find them engaging at all. Oh, funny enough, Chip Kidd did this cover, so I guess not all of them are hits, because this one is a miss for me personally. So, I mean, I like the way the Shutter Island text is written, like in the sticky notes, because that's kind of a thing in the story. Again, this book is amazing. 5 stars, you should read it. But yeah, I personally I don't like the cover. So Chip Kidd, I guess, isn't always amazing. Next up is a trilogy where all 3 of the books have amazing covers, and it is the Southern Reach trilogy. So that is the first one, the second one, or sorry, this is the third one. This is the second one. So all of those covers are awesome. I love them so much. And the cover design is by Charlotte Strick. She did an amazing job, because these are just so beautiful. I love them. And they're like shiny, which you can kind of see iridescent. And Southern Reach is a fantastic trilogy. Please read it. It's so good. It's so weird and so bizarre. And Annihilation and Acceptance. So the first and third book are my 2 favorites. So the first and third book are my favorites. The second book is good too, but definitely read this trilogy. They're incredible, and the covers are beautiful. Next up is a cover I don't hate, but there's something about it I don't love. And that is the cover of Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell. I mean, on one hand, I love the blue up top right there, but I think it's just too much burgundy or maroon for my taste. So I wish there was some more colors in there, or just a different color. So that's my complaint with this book. So the design, I guess, was by Kai Clements and Sunny. Again, I don't hate it. I just don't love it. But I do like how if you take the jacket off, that looks pretty cool. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so this is one where it doesn't do much for me. I don't hate it, but it doesn't do much for me. Also, at the start of this video, I forgot to mention that I am not talking about any of my Folio Society books or any of my special edition books, because that feels like it would be cheating. I should do another video about like my most beautiful Folio Society or something. But so the books I'm talking about in this video are all like the first edition copies, just like the regular prints that came out when the book was released. But next up is another Jeff Vandermeer cover, and this is the book for City of Saints and Mad Men. And that is just such an incredible illustration, and it's so weird and bizarre and intriguing. There's like the full illustration right there. So yeah, just incredible. This is a series of short stories. This was the first time it was printed, so there aren't too many short stories, because then there were later editions where he added more to it. Again, similar to Southern Reach, it's so bizarre, so amazing. And then the last cover that I did not like is the cover for 4 Past Midnight by Stephen King. It's just pretty bland, and nothing special again, and it's not intriguing, and it's not cool, it's bland. The jacket design was Neil Stewart, and yeah, it just does nothing for me. And I forgot to see like any of these books that look cool without the jacket. most of mine, the only ones that look cool without a jacket are like some of my special editions. I might be doing another one of these videos in the future. I kind of rushed in gathering the books for this one. I could have spent a bit more time doing it, but I was excited to do the video. So I just hurried and grabbed the books that I noticed I either did or didn't like. But anyway, the next book I have is Nightmare Alley. This one, I don't love the cover, but I do find it very interesting, and there's just a lot to see here. Man, this glare is terrible. So I think it's a really intriguing cover, and you have the Hanged Man right there, which is a tarot card. The cover, I mean, the color scheme, I feel like it could have more colors in there. But then again, I kind of like the simplicity of just having these green and yellow colors. But yeah, a cover like that draws me into a book and makes me curious what it's about. And this book is incredible, and the movie is amazing. The one with Guillermo del Toro, or directed by Guillermo del Toro. So highly recommend the book and that movie. And I am so proud to own this first edition, by the way, because some people sell it for so much money, and I got it for a pretty good price, and I'm so proud to own it. And then the last book for covers that I love is Duma Key by Stephen King. Again, I love that iridescent quality right there, and it is a wraparound. I love the back too, just beautiful, vibrant colors. Love it so much. I almost love the back of it even more than the front. So amazing, amazing dust jacket. Also, I recently saw like the Croatian edition, I think. So I'll show a picture of that because that one is really cool too. It makes me want to buy that edition. And this is a really good Stephen King book. I think I gave it 4 stars, so definitely one you should check out. It is a bit bigger, and there were times I felt like you could have wrapped things up, but I still really loved it. And this cover is amazing. Just look at all the details on there. So yeah, great cover. And that wraps it up for the prettiest covers and the ugliest covers, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. And I definitely think I will do a like my prettiest Folio Society books, because there are some that are prettier than others. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Go check out Book Meridian and subscribe to his channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.